So I thought I would do a quick little get ready with me when I don't have any tan on. So I don't know if I'm the only person who finds this whenever I wear a tan, but I find it kind of hard to do my makeup when I don't have tan on because I feel like I can't wear as like full face of makeup. It just doesn't look right. Everything looks a bit too strong. So I typically like to go quite light with my makeup whenever it is pale. So I thought that I would show you what my little everyday makeup is with the products that's actually now discontinued, but it's one of my best colour matches to a little bit of a paler face. So the product that I have, which is discontinued, is the Lancôme Tient Idole Ultra Wear Nude. And this is in the shade 011 and it is a waterproof foundation. And I got this quite a few years ago on sale because it was being discontinued, and I would love to know why it was discontinued. And I'm going to use this brush, which is one of my favourite foundation brushes. It's actually just from Amazon. I don't know how much you can see that. All of the bristles are coming out and they're starting to like get stuck on my face, and I am always trying to then pick hair out of like wet foundation. I just think this is a great brush for like dispersing foundation, but also just you're not dragging foundation. It's because of like how wide the head is, and I just buy brushes so infrequently that I would be raging at the prospect of needing to find a new brush, but literal hairs in my face. I'm just gonna finish blending this in, blend it around my neck in particular, then try and get rid of like all those hairs. I think I need to accept that this brush is done because it's not blending as well as it used to because of all of the hairs. Brighten Up concealer, under eye liquid concealer by Sculpted by Aimee, in the shade Vanilla. This is my pale shade. Pretty much every other shade of concealer I have is either the same shade or darker than it needs to be whenever I don't have tan on. Work this in with my middle finger. I never really use my ring finger. I personally prefer my middle finger. A touch of the Lower Mercier translucent loose setting powder, mostly just on my under eyes and then around my T-zone. I kind of crease in this little area, doesn't overly bother me. A little bit on my eyelids. Eyebrows also Sculpted by Aimee. It is the Shape and Set Brow Filler and Fixing Gel, and I have it in the shade Medium Brown. This is not my favourite shape of an eyebrow pencil, but I like the eyebrow pencil and I also love a dual-ended product. The other end is just like a sort of slightly white gel, but it settles down to no colour. I just feel like it makes everything quite cohesive. For a bit of colour around my face, I'm going to take Pearl Beauty in the shade Happy Go Lucky. This is their multi-purpose stick. Pearl Beauty, the one brush maybe? It's their gel-ended brush. Bit of a classic blush pout. I think this is a great pale shade of blusher. It looks like quite orangey or like peachy, nectarine-y in the container, but I feel like it just goes on really nicely. So you can see that I've applied that directly to my lips. I think it's too pale of a shade for my lips, but what I like to do and what I think makes it look really cohesive is then take a lip liner. This is Pillow Talk by Tilbury, and then line your lips in a more neutral shade. The kind of heart of the shade is still the colour that matches my cheeks, but I've kind of nullified the kind of orangey peachy tones, which I don't think suit my lip personally. And with my chatting and with recording, I'm going to get my makeup. I've recorded that in 9 minutes, and I feel like this is the type of makeup that suits my face whenever I'm a little bit paler. And the next challenge is how to do my makeup nicely before like an occasion when my face is pale, because like I said at the beginning, for me, it just feels as if makeup sits slightly different whenever I'm pale, and I find it hard to do like that full coverage, more dramatic look. So I hope you enjoyed.